You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast. They tried turning me off and turning me back on again. They didn't live long enough to make that mistake twice.
Oh, nice.
I like that one.
That was not too bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
I was expecting more from the turning me on part.
It went there during creation.
Did you not
a
get
little bit.
turned on when she got turned on and off
Well, I was
and
expecting
on
more. I was
again?
They turned me off, then they turned me on.
So you need to find one that does the sexy pronunciation better. Okay, we'll note that down.
Yeah.
And we'll have Chad do some research because he's not here, so he has to do stuff.
Yeah. We'll make an action item list for him.
Right.
So this will be fun.
So yeah, we are Third Coast Nerds.
Mm-hmm. And there's three of us.
Yeah,
There are.
we are missing Chad and the camera. So me looking in the direction of where Chad usually sits and seeing Kyle, and yes, you don't see that. Yeah, he's moving around now. So we'll have to fly this one in our trio.
Yeah, but it's still going to be on YouTube. Hopefully it'll have that picture that I was talking about because I think that would be hilarious.
Which picture?
I'll just say there might be a milk carton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So,
look
they've
forward to
already
that.
they've already seen it.
So now, if you're listening to this podcast, now you have to go watch the YouTube video too to know what we're talking about. Just subscribe to both of them, and you get to see them both.
All of them. Libsyn. Haven't done that in a while.
I know.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's been new this week? Anyone?
Some episode 2s and 3s and 4s of shows.
Yeah.
TV starting to kick off and take its stride.
I finally watched. Oh, I'm caught up on Walking Dead, episode 1.
Oh yeah, you watched the whole thing?
I did.
by like season 1, episode 1?
No, season whatever they're on. Episode
What's that? What
1.
season is this?
I don't know, like 5, 4.
I don't know.
Season?
You didn't bring a laptop, so
Yeah,
aha.
no, I didn't.
That's why I'm asking you all the questions.
I'd let you use a phone, but both mine are just about dead.
But yeah, what'd you think of it?
Oh my god, it was so slow.
Well, they're zombies. They can't run.
No, the zombies were actually fast.
Yeah, they were running so fast their heads imploded when it hit sheet metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell's going on
Seriously?
Have you not seen it yet?
I
No,
don't
he
watch.
doesn't
I've
watch
never
it.
watched.
Okay,
Walking
good.
Dead.
Then we're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
don't
basically,
understand that part.
in this episode, if you haven't seen it, stop us now. Haha, you got 2 minutes in. But apparently, and it's also in the comic book that it happens pretty regularly, they just try to herd the zombies around wherever they are.
Yeah.
So they build a wall of sheet metal, and then they drive a car and a motorcycle very slowly so the crowd follows them. And apparently they were moving so fast, and someone talked about, I don't watch the after show, but a friend of mine did, and
Talking
said that,
Dead.
yeah, the Talking Dead, that was the force of the group itself pushing them up against this wall.
I mean, but it was like splattering.
Yeah, like
it was like
was,
a burst.
It was like if
so-
you threw a pudding cup up
Yeah.
against the wall, and that's what was happening.
So I mean that really didn't make sense to me. I was like, is somebody shooting them?
Exactly, yeah.
That's what I thought was going on. I was like,
Well, no, the shooting was going on somewhere else.
yeah.
And, they're like, we got to go get this place on the way back because they might hear them.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, crap, we got to act now. Let's go kill these people silently. Oh, wait, this screen door or glass door doesn't have anything behind it you can walk through. I should have seen that through the glass.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go through the front and shoot them all loudly. So, yes, that's what they did. They basically wanted to make noise in a direction to have a herd of, how many would you say?
Oh man, I'm thinking at least 1,000, 2,000, maybe.
I think that's a low estimate.
So what
You
you're
think that's a
telling
low
me
estimate?
is they stole this from the Lion King. Like,
Right.
did they kill Mufasa?
But yeah, and they were foiled, which was awesome. But there were a few questions. I mean, Rick's humanity was a question.
Yeah.
But he made all the right decisions. Y'all are stupid. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I wanted Rick to kill that one guy.
That he kind of killed anyway?
Yeah, kind of did. Yeah.
I thought he was going to start reading a love letter.
I really
Like
was
he had in his
hoping,
pocket from like 1993.
I was really hoping Eugene was finally going to go ahead and end his stint on this series.
I don't know. Eugene's growing some balls.
No, he didn't. When he was in the
When he fell down in the pantry?
kitchen, yeah. I mean, come on, man. oh my god, he drops it. Then he's like, oh my god, let me. Before anybody even shows up to like get in his face, he's already on the ground.
See, and I don't blame him for that. I blame the producers, whoever like cut that, because you can cut that fall.
Yeah, but
and then like, boom, door opens, and then like he starts. The rest of his fall.
I think that's their thing. Eugene really is worthless. And me and my wife, we were talking about it, and they're like the preacher.
No, you can't go.
I also want him to go. Right?
He volunteers to go help out.
Yeah.
And before he can say, I want to help,
no,
he
did.
No.
He did say, I want to help. He's like, I want to help. He's like, no, not you. No.
And just next.
Yeah, see, I really don't want to watch this show still. Like, this isn't really helping.
It's drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get enough of that. I don't need any more.
It was uneventful for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was very uneventful.
It's like they bring back a character everyone loves, and they just have him looking down at Rick the whole time. Like, if Rick's about to kill someone, boom, Morgan.
Yeah. Morgan, I know, right?
He's like corporal,
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing, Rick? I mean, you're supposed to be a good guy. I'm like, come on, Morgan. You've been living in this world. You know what's going on. These guys aren't productive. They're gonna screw up somewhere. Like Rick said. I mean, he's like, I was going to kill him, but then I just thought it's going to happen eventually.
Rick's the one in all the memes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that says coral a lot. But that was the best thing about the episode. It was coral free.
I saw him.
Yeah, but it was coral free.
It was pretty much.
Like he was off with that spy of a girlfriend of his.
Yeah. All I can picture is Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Coral.
But yeah, so
me and my wife, we were talking about, well, the preacher's going to die soon, because
there's a new black guy.
Yeah, exactly. There's a new black guy.
That's bad.
No, man. I mean, me and my wife, we were talking about it, and she's like, well, you got to take in consideration what, like, in real reality in America, blacks are what, 12 to 20% of the population.
For the entire country?
Yeah, for the entire country.
Yeah, I don't know those numbers.
I'm not Googling that.
So, they're about 12 to 20%. There's 18 survivors. There's 4 black people. Percentages, player.
Yeah.
Percentages.
Although the hair game was strong with him.
Oh, my God.
That was a dude with a mullet has like this dude with dreadlocks come in and he's like, I respect the hair. Or
he's
something
like,
stupid.
welcome to the hair club. I was lonely.
It was bad. And then, what else happened? We're just spoiling it because it was that bad.
Yeah,
like, just listen to us for 6 minutes talk and then save yourself an hour and a half. Because the main thing that I complained about,
hours.
I started watching this at like almost 8:35, and I still had to watch the last commercial after fast forwarding all the way through. So for an hour and a half show, I'm pretty sure it felt like an hour worth of commercials.
Yeah,
but I think it was closer to like 35 minutes worth of commercials. It was that bad.
Yeah. Yep, more reasons that I'm never going to watch it.
So yeah, that was.
I'll go back and watch Lost first.
With her little, yeah, I know how it is too. Like,
yeah,
I was like,
do you know much about the new black guy?
Morgan or the
no?
dreadlocks?
He's the old black guy, the dreadlocks.
No, I don't know nothing.
Actually,
about
he played Dr. Dre. I call him Dre now because he played Dr. Dre in that Dr. Dre movie in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, so. I haven't watched that. Just actually, I just acquired it.
Is that any good?
So
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not in that 12 to 20%.
Well, I downloaded it.
I did too. I just hadn't watched it.
I'll be watching it this weekend probably.
Well, you're at least like 5%.
Oh, we would have to make him blur out a finger.
I know. He flicked me off for the ones of you that.
But
can't
yeah,
see
apparently
us.
on the Reddit because, like I said, I've been Redditing.
Okay.
More now, and
how does it feel?
Reddit's no longer cool because I'm on it, guys. It's like
Reddit was never cool for me.
But yeah,
tried.
a lot of
Didn't
them are
work.
very happy that Dre is back or Dre is on the show.
Dre's on the show
because that character's supposed to have like been of significance in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
So like they're very happy and they're happy with who they chose for it. So of all the complaining that I read, and that I agreed with, that was probably the silver lining was this new character. So yes, it means 2 things: preacher's dying.
Yeah.
Yes. And this guy's supposed to be pretty badass. So
okay. Yeah, I was like, okay,
something to
so
look forward to.
Yeah, when I watched it, we turned it on, and they're in a quarry. I'm like, how the hell did they get into a quarry?
Oh my god, they couldn't afford color.
Yeah, I was like, why is it black and white? And then I'm like watching it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's gonna be all their backstory shots.
Yeah, their flashbacks,
flashbacks and whatnot. I was like, that's pretty gay.
Yeah, because Garcia posted that cover this week in our chat room of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the alternate for it, and it was all in black and white and said and yellow, I think, at the bottom, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in my comment, which I was like, whoever doesn't get this hadn't watched Walking Dead yet. I was like, wait, I don't understand. Is this a flashback episode?
Yeah, I didn't get it because I was scrolling through and I was just like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
and
so the way they filled the time from the last season up until the premiere was they did it in black and white.
I thought it was commercials. By comment earlier.
But
an hour
a lot of people were like, oh, okay, I understand it. But, I mean, I didn't buy a black and white TV, dog.
Yeah, I was kind of... and then so that's how Nerissa was like... Because I was cooking at the time when we were watching it. She's like, "It's back on color." So it's
now. You got to pay attention to this.
It's current. You got to watch it.
That's great. You're going to fill me out on the black and white later. Yeah.
Someone's sitting there looking at the 4K TV, going, "This is bullshit."
But yeah, so I'm unimpressed.
Yeah, I was pretty unimpressed.
All of that last 7 minutes was unimpressed.
That's the other thing. I thought Dre had a limp.
Did he?
No, he didn't. But there was a scene when they were running away.
Did he not just have the walk? Like that straight leg walk?
No. It looked like a limp. And I was like, did they just replace Everybody Hates Chris? Another black guy with a limp? I mean, come on, man. This is messed up.
No, this guy should be good, hopefully.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, he should be because, I mean, he wasn't even, like, shocked about shooting them or anything like that.
Yeah,
like
it's just kind of weird, though, that how long have they been there? So Mullet's guarding the gate.
Oh, God.
And this car just like pulls up.
Is his name Mullet or does he have a
mullet? He has a mullet.
It's Eugene.
He's part one of the hair club for Walking Dead. He's the useless one he just talked about.
Yeah.
But he's like guarding the gate for someone, and it was only a couple clicks. He's only supposed to be there a couple clicks. I don't know why you say click so many times. But then like this car pulls up, and it's got Dr. Dre in it with 2 other people, and they're like, "Hey, who are you?" And they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "Well, we've been out in the field for like 3 weeks." Like, oh, lots changed. Oh yeah, what all's changed? You should go ask them. And then as he's walking off, hair club for men, baby. Like, not that, but like, yeah.
He was like, I live here. I'm like,
now I kind of want to watch it if it's actually like this, right? If Dr. Dre is just sitting there and he's like,
this version I told you is better than what we saw.
Yeah.
And commercial free. Although we could make some money off commercials.
Like, it'd be better if Eminem was in the back seat. With his wife beater.
I mean, I'm hoping for better things.
Everybody forgot about Dre.
I was detached last season. I really was.
Were you?
Yeah.
I kind of liked last season, especially when Rick finally snapped. And he just wanted that.
There was, I mean, but they're really blue ballers.
I can't. They are
because you got to sit through
Rick
all
really
these crappy episodes, and then okay, the last hour and a half of this 45 minutes of commercials was pretty good.
Yeah. Now I'm really against it because he's saying that one guy wants this, and then you're talking about blue balls.
No, I mean it's true. For like 4 episodes, Rick's walking around with some serious blue balls, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is driving me crazy. I need that in my life. And he goes over there and. Then he just goes crazy on her husband,
and then in this episode he's trying to be the husband that he killed, son's dad.
Are you sure you weren't watching the Kardashians?
I mean, apparently, I guess a lot did happen because there's a lot of things that happened right there that we talked about. Yeah. But none of it was good.
Yeah, no.
Except for Dr. Dre. I'm looking forward to Dr. Dre. We'll see how he does. And
then Mike and Glenn's relationship too.
Yeah, that little bromance they got going on.
Well, Glenn's all like, you ain't ready yet, and then he's like, I want to prove it to you, Glenn. I love you. Thanks for not kicking me out.
Or telling everyone that I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like 3 times in a row.
So Arrow.
I did meet him though.
I did not watch yesterday's Arrow, but I did see the last one. I was going to watch it before today.
I watched it while I was waiting on y'all to show up.
Before today would be yesterday. So.
Yeah, no, that's when I wanted to watch it. 'Cause that's when it came on.
Yeah, I have to wait for it to show up on Hulu because.
Oh, really?
It's
how unprofessional we are.
Come on, DD Sir Ed. But
the old
I have
ball and chain.
to wait a day because Hulu sucks.
Yeah, it was funny. People thought Heroes would be on today, and I'm like, dude,
wait,
it just ended.
I thought you had local channels.
Yeah, I don't have an HD box. Like, it's not plugged up. I have it for HBO Go. That's the only reason that I accepted those 10 channels, because one of
But
them
I
was
think-
HBO and it was Game of Thrones season.
The HD box should have local channels.
I don't have HD
He doesn't
box.
have the box.
It's
Why don't you
it's
have the
plugged
box?
up coaxed, if it was ever.
Okay, then if it's plugged in, just turn on your TV.
Hulu's in HD.
So are local channels now.
Yes,
Not
everything's
when you're
on local
plugged up
cheese.
Yeah.
via coax. It looks fuzzy like
No,
the
you have to
90s.
go and get one of those $50 like digital boxes.
converters.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Remember, like Walmart was giving them away for like half price because people needed them.
that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. There's
There was a
reason
code, like
I
a
wanna
discount
stream
you could
everything.
get for them. Most people like talk to Garcia. I bet he has one.
Probably it's like 50, but I don't want one. I prefer
not?
the streaming.
Okay, well,
So basically, what I'm going to start doing is watching every single TV show he watches and then talking about it the next day at work because he still wouldn't have seen it.
true.
Yeah.
So
And then I'll just start doing things to your car.
I'll do things to your car.
Oh, this is gonna suck. It's gonna be back and forth.
So yeah, I watched the first Arrow.
Mm-hmm. And the second one.
Not the second one, just the first one.
Wait, is this the? Oh, yeah. I guess
Yesterday
this is-
was two,
Okay, yeah.
and then I've seen. I'm up to date on Supernatural, Flash, and Shield.
I started season 10 of Supernatural, and I'm liking where it's going. I'm currently on episode 3.
Yeah,
So Dean's still pretty upset.
yeah. There's a lot of that going on that
So
season.
yeah, I'm like, this could be kind of annoying.
It gets pretty crazy at the end.
So is it
like-
pretty much just like bickering, and then at the very end, I get my satisfaction?
No, the story progresses very well.
Okay.
So like,
Because if they're a bickering couple the entire season, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
no, I mean they always bicker.
Well, no,
But,
I meant
yeah.
like the way they're bickering now. Like
No,
him in
it-
the back seat in handcuffs. I really don't want to play this game.
So yeah, you're dealing with Dean Mon right now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's what he's called.
Yeah, Dean Mon.
I like it.
Yeah, it gets. I mean, that only lasts a few episodes where it's the way you don't like it.
Oh.
So
See, I'm expecting two
I
more.
think, yeah. Well, if you're on how many are you on now?
I'll be starting episode 3 tonight.
So yeah, by 5,
I'll be happy.
they should be
again.
less annoying.
Okay. He won't be in handcuffs anymore.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he'll
Man, you guys are making this like really coded, which is kind of cool for me because I'm still like
Yeah, you're on
3
season
episodes.
6, you
Yeah.
said?
I'm like 8.5 or something
No,
like
you-
that. But I'm going to start over at like 6.5 because I don't remember what happened.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, but,
Yeah,
I'm like-
Supernaturals. I care about that one, and I care about people that watch that. I don't care about Walking Dead right now. It's dead to me,
Just walk away.
and I don't fear it. That was kind of a waste too.
The Fear of Dead.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a single episode.
Was that a miniseries or an
6
actual-
episodes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and not good.
I liked it better than I liked the first episode of The Walking Dead, and I think they did that on purpose because there wasn't a whole lot of. Most people didn't like Fear the Walking Dead because it wasn't filled with zombies. Which, if you understand where it starts, you're not going to be seeing them on a mass scale. Like you
right
do.
off the bat.
And they do a good job of like not making them Jello
Okay.
because they're recently
recently
turned.
Yeah.
Whereas we've already commented on the Jello
Right.
about thing will run into a fence. But a lot of people complained about not having the zombies, which means a lot more storyline.
Right.
They made a few characters kind of annoying, but what we should have been able to get in 2 to 3 hours, not 6.
Right.
Was portrayed. I was much more excited about the first couple of seasons of Walking Dead than I am Fear the Walking Dead.
Right.
Because I would very much rather it be an origin story than a different time thing. It's like, a different place, a little bit earlier, go.
Right.
Because at some point you're going to turn into the same thing. But I'll probably give it next full season to make is this going to stay on my radar? And it probably will because people at work are going to talk about it. And then we talk about it in front of microphones on Thursdays.
Yeah.
We can stop. I really know we're zombies. Like,
Well, you
After-
don't like
after-
gaming
Actually,
horror,
you
so-
can't say that because I'm fairly certain starting on Halloween we may have some zombies back. Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, he's actually going to be in Austin that weekend for Austin Con.
okay.
Halloween weekend is when Ash vs. Evil Dead premieres. And if you haven't seen trailers for it,
Yeah, I did.
it is awesome looking. At New York Comic Con last week, he was there with some of the other people, and they actually previewed the entire
they did
episode.
the whole episode. Yeah.
So there's been some information leaked, and of course I have to know But I'm not gonna ruin that on here. Watch it, record it. Like, if I hadn't already said yes to go into the Halloween party, I would have been more than content sitting at home watching episode 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Who says that can't be at the party?
People talk, and no.
There's a lot of room.
I want to hear every word. I want to laugh at every little thing that's said.
Every campy.
I'm assuming.
Yes, because it's super
it's
campy.
I'm assuming it's an hour.
No, I think it's a 30-minute comedy horror.
Wow.
That case,
I need to check the timing on it, but
I have an idea. Beer run to my house.
watch it. And
we
then go back.
throw it on Plex. It'll only be like 17 minutes that way, right? We go back with beer.
But yeah, I'll have to see how long they are. But it's supposed to be very campy.
Yeah.
Pays a lot of homage to the movies, and he's just basically embraced the role. So.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, that is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
It really
Ash.
is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's going to be zombies done right then. So
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yet I'm not giving your Scream Queens a try.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
And all I hear
you
is campy fun. Good.
You like
love.
campy,
it's actually on my
Evil
list of
Dead,
things to try soon.
but you don't watch Scream Queens, which is really campy and funny. So
But I don't like the main chick.
I like the main chick.
The American Horror Story girl? I don't like
Yeah,
her.
she's a cutie. But she's not really a main chick.
But she was on the commercials because they were trying to like cross-pollinate each other.
Well, yeah.
So
they were
that-
trying to build that
You'll always have names. Come on.
I don't know, blonde chick from American Horror Story.
Emily something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the first time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Right.
she's cute, but
I'm going to have to look her up.
I don't like
she's
her.
not like I know Leah Michelle who's from Glee, who's on that show.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, and then there's an episode.
I didn't know her name though.
Oh man, there was an episode. I think last week's episode. So, man, Leah Michelle, great actress. You had me going too.
If this show is any good, it'll be canceled this season.
What,
'Cause
Scream
it's on
Queens?
Fox. Yeah.
Well, no, this is Fox is trying to get out of reality a little bit and take advantage of The Walking Dead, all the campy kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Horror. I read an article on one of the big article providers. I don't know what website it was, but they were talking about like this is the year for horror. Like right now with all the different shows that are out.
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to
Yeah.
quiet. She's
I'm just trying to
Chanel Oberlin or something.
Yeah,
on the show.
Chanel. Yeah,
Because Supernatural still considered horror.
yeah.
Well, you got Scream Queens. You got realistically the Walking Dead's.
Yeah.
The
Strain.
The Strain. You're gonna have the new show Ash vs. Evil Dead. So I mean, there's actually a good number of like quasi horror because
yeah.
they even put Sleepy Hollow in there.
Yeah, I would put Sleepy Hollow too. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it's
I
part of
mean,
the whole thing.
and then if you go that route, do you put Salem?
Yeah, you would have to.
So I mean, there's almost 10 shows that are
I mean,
horror
even
related
though-
right
even though
now.
Are you going to
They're
count
pushing the
Netflix original?
Yeah,
Because then you have Hemlock Grove.
yeah.
Hemlock Grove is awesome.
Yeah. When season 2 should be coming soon.
Season 2's already done, right?
Is it?
Thought so. I thought I've seen more than one season of
Oh,
that.
I think I have seen. Yeah, I think it's season 3 that we're waiting for.
Okay.
Because yeah, I've
Well,
seen.
Kyle might be waiting for season 2. He uses Hulu.
I'm going to find out.
But
a lot of
no,
TV
back
Started in 2013. We're 15 now, but
Well, yeah, but they don't really follow any.
Yeah.
any rules?
Yeah.
These people.
Well, because I know they backstaged a few of them for House of Cards because it was such a big hit.
Friday, October 23rd.
What season?
Well, that's weird because it's saying season 3, episode 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So maybe that's when it gets released. That would make
Yeah.
sense to do it around Halloween.
Yeah, Friday, October 23rd is season 3.
Nice.
See, and then there's this girl who's on Scream Queens, Abigail Breslin, who's she's your typical blonde white girl, but she's fun too because she likes to be spit roasted and she likes to participate in the Eiffel Tower.
Nice.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Like her character?
Yeah, her character.
Okay. It's like stock much?
See, and that's the thing. You can stalk a character
Yeah,
because she's not real.
she's not. I mean, it doesn't make me crazy.
Have you caught American Horror Story Hotel?
No, I have not yet.
Have you?
I haven't even
Doesn't
seen the
watch
original.
horror movies.
You don't have to.
Or TV
That's the
shows.
thing about these. It's like Fargo
They're
and those other
anthologies.
ones.
So
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
it's an odd season, and Lady Gaga's on it.
I don't think that's a sell for it.
I know.
The only thing I've liked of Lady Gaga is when she did the Lonely Island music video, The Golden Rule.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I do.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It could be interesting. I love Kathy Bates.
Oh, she's awesome.
And Kathy Bates got some really, really, really big. I'm a like receptionist glasses on.
Oh,
she's the receptionist for this hotel.
Okay,
so like she's great.
Just for her.
The old lady that just comes out and like attitude. Yes,
awesome.
You're gonna make me look at her character to see.
And then I mean it's kind of cool. There were two very, very painful sex-related deaths in the first 5 minutes.
Sex-related deaths?
Yes.
I'm sold. I'll watch it.
Because
that's the way I want to die.
I was starting dinner, and it got started before I get in there, and I go sit down, and like it gets rewound, and usually I just get like a brief, this is what happened. Like, I don't need to rewind it for you.
Yeah.
But this time, it's like, rewound. She's like, I don't know what's going on right now. Like, it was, she's like, yeah, this is kind of crazy. So, it should be a fun season.
Okay. Well, with her in it, I'll probably give it a try because she's one of my favorite actors as well.
She's been
actresses.
She wasn't in season 1, I don't think, was she?
No, she was not.
I think she came in on season. I saw her first on 3.
I don't remember seeing her on 2 either. So
I didn't watch 2. I think I did watch 2, but I didn't like it.
3 was Coven, right?
Yeah, she was there on Coven.
That's when she started because she wasn't in.
So she was in the bad one that y'all told me not to worry about, and then
no,
3 was
it
bad,
goes
right?
1, 3, 5.
Okay,
2 and 4 don't watch. 1, 3, 5 watch.
Okay.
So she was in 3 and 5. So the first one is really probably where you should start.
Season 1.
Season 1, and
just
then
to kind of understand everything.
Well, I mean, it's not like that because it's a different location, like completely different characters, everything, same actors, and that's what's kind of cool about this one versus Fargo and some of the others is like you get to see Kathy Bates as a racist like witch, in one, and then the next one she's a receptionist at a haunted hotel. So like,
was she not in Circus?
I didn't watch 4. I think she was.
I think she was
but
too.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, she was probably the bearded lady.
I think she was actually. So, but yeah, like the same cast is there, but completely different characters, completely different story, completely different location. And they really are making it every other season. So 3 and 5, and you're caught up.
Okay, where do that?
Where?
And it's one of those like put it on for the weekend. It's around Halloween.
Yeah,
yeah.
You get in that kind of like spooky mood anyway.
Yeah. Well, I still like in the next. Probably not this weekend because I'm all planned up, but I want to do the Dune weekend soon. Like I've been itching to watch that, so I'm thinking I'm going to schedule it the weekend after this coming up. So,
are you caught up with Strain?
Yeah, it's over now, right?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
I'm there.
Okay, good.
I was.
Now I can watch that one because it's over. I'll watch it all at once.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was pretty good.
It got better towards the end.
Oh yeah. I'm interested in what's going to happen with the book.
Yeah.
Now that it's in Satrakian's hands.
Yeah. I'd go straight to the library and photocopy it.
Yeah. Right? I mean, yeah.
He doesn't know what a scanner is.
You know,
but,
or break out a cell phone or something.
Right?
Just start taking pictures
exactly.
of it.
Like, they did it on Stargate in the 90s. They should be doing that in movies in 2015.
Yeah. I hate the kid. Zach, whatever his name
Coral.
is. Yeah, the new Coral. He got my girl killed. So, pretty pissed off about that.
But he should be gone for next season unless they go back and forth, which F did seem like he wanted to push lobby in Washington.
Well, I mean, I've listened to the audiobooks.
Yeah.
So
you know what's up?
Yeah.
So you feel like a god, don't you?
I do. I feel like an elitist that I am. So.
Oh, so that's the one you're an elitist on is the Strain.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to play this like Game of Thrones game. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna be that guy for the Strain.
Yeah, I mean, because there's.
I'm gonna be like, that's not what the book did.
Yeah. No, I did the same thing with the Game of Thrones.
How's the
first
differences between the two? Does it piss you off as much as Game of Thrones?
From the book to the movie,
Yeah.
or TV show, there was a lot of inconsistencies between the two, but not so much.
Were most of them because it was being put on the screen? Like
Yeah.
they had to kind of be done?
Yeah.
Or was it a lot of like, she wasn't pretty enough, so let's replace her with someone prettier or make that guy a girl?
There weren't any replacements. There were additions because of the TV show.
Okay.
To just build the storyline.
Was Coral in it originally?
Yeah. He was in it. He makes a huge, contribution to the storyline, not to anything
actually
else.
doing anything.
Yeah. But Duke, she's completely made up.
Oh yeah. I can see why.
Palmer's girlfriend, completely made up.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I thought there was an alternative motive there.
With her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
There was, obviously. I mean,
he's not Betty White.
Yeah, no, he is no Betty White for you guys. Because I've already established that's a hard no.
Yeah, this like extremely rich guy.
I'm weird. Yeah. I'm weird because I have the hard no.
This situation is weird that you're the one with the hard no.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've had this discussion, and yeah,
it doesn't make sense. Normally, Ed's the
I'd
to
rather
jump
him
in.
had a hard no than a hard yes right here. So.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, normally, I'm all about it. You know, I'm equal opportunity. You know, everybody can have a piece of Ed. It's all good. But
I think he just came out.
Cut off a slice.
But at Betty White, I had to stop. I had to say no.
You got to dust it first.
I'll knock the dust off of that.
So neither one of you are up on Shield, huh?
I am.
You are. I wore my Shield shirt today.
I didn't wear.
That's actually been the happiest.
Hey, show it to the camera.
That's been my favorite new start of the season.
Yeah.
Well, Supernatural always wins, just because
it's Supernatural.
It's Supernatural, and Stargate's not on.
Yeah.
So, but right now, Strain. Or not Strain, Shield.
Yeah,
I like that.
I pointed at my shirt for the camera, and I looked at where the camera should be right now for all you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Chad.
Yep.
Yeah, Shield. I'm happier with than with Arrow definitely right now.
I've only seen the one with Arrow, and I mean it was the same thing as Flash.
And that's the thing is
it was the same thing as Flash. Oh, I don't want to do it. I shouldn't. We got away from that. And like Flash did the same thing. He's all like emo the first episode. Like I got people hurt. I'm away from everyone. It's like, really, guys? Y'all got to like both be going through a midlife crisis in your like 20s at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's synced up.
Yeah.
Their period's synced up. So you know, it's
they were in that crossover season 1 of Flash, and they got synced.
Yeah. Well, I forget which one. Yeah, Arrow. He shows up.
Yeah.
In the very first episode. So.
Well, he's actually there a few times through the season.
What episode? What episodes are we on these
two? Just
Flash,
played yesterday on Arrow.
Okay.
And
Flash
two
played
was
Flash
Tuesday.
Okay. And Tuesday was also 2 on
3 on
Shield
Agents.
Yeah.
3 on Shield. I want to say 1 on American Horror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is 1.
Yeah.
What is Gotham this week, Ed?
This is episode 3.
3. Okay, so they're in sync with Shield.
Haven is on 2. I've seen 2 of those.
Which one?
Haven. That's the one I told you that the wife might like since it's based on a Stephen King book.
Mm-hmm. Is it on Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
But it's actually, I think this is the final season.
Isn't Haven the one with the chick FBI agent? Is that the one?
There is a chick, and she thought she was an FBI agent.
Oh,
she blonde?
wow. Yeah, the blonde chick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She goes by many names.
Oh, yeah?
She's a mystery.
Okay.
But yeah, this one's kind of a crazy. I think WWE's Edge maybe is his name.
I was going to say,
who was it in the first Flash?
Go with,
you watched Flash 1?
I did watch the first
So the
one.
dude, the bad guy?
I just don't remember it because it was that bad for me.
He grew really big.
I remember.
You talking about for season 2, episode 1?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that he looked familiar. I didn't know his
Yeah,
name.
he's actually one of the main characters on Haven, and he is probably. He didn't get the following that The Rock got, but as far as having acting chops and being able to speak and actually like play, I'm a normal person, not a wrestler.
Yeah,
he's on par.
So he's between if the scale was John Cena and The Rock, he's closer to The Rock.
He's very, very much closer to The Rock. Like
I was going to bring up John Cena. I was like, I only know like 5 wrestlers
Right?
from at least the last 15 years because I didn't watch wrestling at all, and John Cena was one of them.
Well, he did like 2 movies that are the exact same with a different name.
The Diamond guy, Dallas Page, because
Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, because everybody in my neighborhood did that shit.
I thought that was the Ric Flair thing.
No, that's the Diamond Cutter.
Yeah.
See,
I watched it for a couple of years, like in the 90s.
I knew Undertaker.
Like,
well,
I watched it when The Rock was
his,
still a wrestler.
Within the last 15 years, because he really wasn't the Undertaker from like the late 80s
When he was actually
Yeah. So,
but enough about wrestling because I don't like wrestling. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that guy, actually, for a wrestler, I think he will probably have one of the more promising
acting
careers.
As soon as he plays a gay guy, that's really what sells it usually.
I think he will be more TV, and it'll probably hover around sci-fi a little bit. But when you need a big guy that can actually like he's giving speeches to towns,
Right.
as like the leader of their police force, and like, yeah, it's a normal dude.
So would he be like the sheriff?
No,
captain?
he actually was the captain,
Okay.
but because of things that are going on in the show, police officers aren't equipped to handle them.
Okay.
So he was also the leader of this underground revolt,
gotcha.
kind of like, and so he basically flipped the switch and said, "Cops out, this other group in." Because this other group has known about.
He's like the militia's taking over.
Yeah, he's these people know about the supernatural type stuff that's going on here. Because a lot of the stuff is fear-based, and when you got a cop trying to handcuff you or putting a gun in your face.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, he's doing a really good job. So, and when he shows up at a con, I'll definitely go get an autograph just because it's like, dude, thanks for doing something I care about. And doing it well enough for me to, not him. So, but Haven's okay.
iZombie started.
Still haven't given that one a try.
Yeah. I like it.
I already said how I feel about zombies right now.
Yeah, true. Is that considered a horror?
No, not at all.
Or is it a teen drama?
No, it's a comic book. I mean, like really, it watches like.
What
a comic
tone
book,
does
really.
it? Or does it? Just...
It's campy. It's
Is
it's
it
kind
teen
of like
bop-ish?
it's like it's like Monk basically.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
It's not bad.
with a female zombie.
See, I thought it was like a Glee zombie. So when you said it's a horror, I was like, yeah, it's just the wrong one.
no. The whole thing is like she eats brains of victims, and then eventually she'll get a flashback that helps the case solve the case.
yeah.
So,
No.
You know, I think was it Sleepy Hollow that's having a crossover with Bones this year?
is it?
Let me look that up.
Wow, I might have
with Bones
I might have to restart watching.
They're both on the
Bones again.
Fox, right?
Yeah, they are on
so
the Fox.
I think it is Bones.
Yeah, because I stopped watching Bones like three seasons
You
ago.
type in Bones SLEE, and the rest comes up.
Nice.
So this is happening. Yeah, Booth and Abby at the FBI because Abby in this season has become an agent of the FBI.
Okay. Yeah,
so I guess
the
there's
whole
not much
thing,
of a
yeah.
reach.
Right.
I didn't associate that because she gets still called Lieutenant all the
Yeah.
time. So, but yeah, that's going to be. I'm wondering because I've actually kind of caught the last few episodes of Bones because it comes on after something I care about or before something I care about. Before?
I think it's before.
I think it comes before Sleepy Hollow, actually.
Yeah, I think
So that's when I'm making dinner a lot of times. So it's on, and I've been paying attention to it. It's actually not been pretty bad this season.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped watching it after she had her kid and something happened.
Yeah, the
to
kid's like
kid.
this tall now. People can't see that, but about this tall
Okay.
because it was on
pretty
TV
tall.
today.
Pretty
Actually,
tall.
it was on today when I was getting ready to come over here. So it's Thursdays.
Yeah. I'll watch it. I'll have to catch up.
So I can't say I've seen more than the first 20 minutes of any of the episodes to get here on time.
But I was going to say, so I have to pay attention to Arrow, episode 4. Is that the one I need to watch?
Season 2?
This season.
Oh, this season? We're on
There's only two
on
out
two
so
I
far
know,
episodes.
this
but
season.
I need to watch episode 4, I think.
Oh, who's on it?
We all know who's supposed to be on it. Is it episode 4?
I believe it is episode 4.
It's 4 or 5. So, I mean,
I haven't heard anything about 5. I've heard a little about 4.
Okay.
So I think it's 4.
Okay. So I'll actually watch that show for episode 4.
I'm lost.
No, that show ended like 5 to 7 years ago.
What?
Lost?
No, who's supposed to be?
I'm lost.
I just pulled a Kyle.
Yeah,
you did.
Nice.
You know, you're sitting over there.
They
from
don't
now
know
on.
I wasn't sitting over there.
Well, you guess what? Now they do. So no, who's supposed to be on in 4?
Whose booth did I stand at for like 3 hours?
Rose McGowan?
No.
Who else's booth did he stand at? This could go a while.
Rose McGowan's was fast because I was the only VIP in the line.
Because you stood at Constantine's for like 8 hours.
Okay.
You stand at a lot of booths, actually.
It was Constantine.
Okay, he's supposed to be.
No, well, I understand his confusion because he's trying to think of women.
Yes. Yeah. I assumed I was like, because something happened that made them like, oh, y'all are waiting for that to happen.
Well,
So-
it may be longer than that because I think something else happens in 4. He may be 5.
No, I'm betting he could easily be 4.
Yeah, he needs to be there for 4.
Because the thing that ended this second episode,
Yeah.
it's going to be a prevalent in the 3rd, and he may be needed in the 4th.
Okay.
And we're on season 4, right?
Yes.
3, 4.
Okay. So I need to,
34.
So I need to watch season 3 and then 3 episodes of this current season.
Oh, wow. You got a lot of watching to do before, 2 weeks from now when episode 4 comes on.
Yeah, I know.
Because 2 came on yesterday.
Yep.
So you have 13 days to watch a season and 3 episodes.
Challenge accepted.
So, yeah. What else is on?
So did you watch episode 2 of The Flash? Yeah, that was a lot.
Have you seen episode 2 of The Flash?
I have not seen episode.
We can still
4
talk about
of
it.
season
Y'all
1
been
of
doing
The
that the
Flash,
entire
so.
time.
Okay. There's a lot of things going on in that show right now.
Yes.
I do feel that episode 1 and 2 should have been combined for a 1.5 hour special.
Yeah, I think they could even sum that up into one single episode.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand what they're trying to do with the dad in episode 1, but guess what? I'm out. Peace.
Episode 1, it literally could have been done for me in 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
With a commercial.
Yeah.
Like,
and the bad thing was
my
recording cut out the introduction of the character that's prevalent in episode 2. The very end of it, the last thing mine says is, we beefed up security here. No one can get in now.
Oh, yeah.
And then, the recording stopped.
Yeah. So, the basically, when you watch
from that point, that's all I needed to watch.
Yeah, but that was the first part of the second episode.
Yeah.
So, you were just like, oh.
Yeah.
So, you weren't sitting there the entire time going, oh, this episode's going to suck, too.
Yeah. We dealt with another emo superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, during the off season, I thought I saw pictures of the Arrow with Jared Padalecki on the beach without their shirts on, but apparently Flash and Arrow got together and synced. So,
and then he's learned a new ability,
which is cool.
Which I don't remember. I haven't read a lot of Flash comic books. Have you, Ed?
No, Flash is not one of my.
Because I've never seen him use that ability before.
He has not used that ability before.
No, not in the show, ever.
What ability?
No, he has not. He had to learn how to do it.
Well, no, I'm talking about in the history of Flash. Not just in the show.
He's
in
talking
the
about
comic
the
book.
comics.
Yeah.
It was used in the comics.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
What was it?
Shooting lightning.
Where he runs around really fast and then he takes his trail and throws it.
Oh, yeah. He does.
The dude that does show up is actually his mentor and teaches him things.
Yeah, because he's the Flash.
He's the Flash, but he's only a 2-year-old Flash.
But he's got a cool helmet.
No, the helmet's dumb.
Yeah, I would wear it.
Helmet's dumb.
I would wear it for a costume.
I watched up to the part where they made him the suit, and then he ran around again, and I was like, I don't want to watch this show no more. Too much running.
But he's the.
But basically, what they've introduced is I don't know what they call it in DC because I'm not real big into DC, but the multiverse. There's Earth 1 and Earth 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's the DCU.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, they 2 planets were connected. Something happened. Basically, it's getting to the point where they're introducing multiple characters more than once. They're sending people from one to kill people in the other. So it's there's a lot of questions. If it's X in one, one dude say he was an arsonist in one, and the other if he's whatever they call their mutants. Right. I forget what they call them over there. Yeah, they're mutants, or they're Inhumans, or they're whatever.
Just superhumans.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, that's going to go with that.
He might have powers on the other one, and that power could be fire. So you're seeing,
or it could be
what
ice.
could this bite? So, and also Tom Cavanaugh is back because there's a second Earth.
No idea who Tom Cavanaugh is.
You would know him, and everyone who's listening knows. And
I pretty would.
He was Harrison Wells.
He's the wheelchair guy.
Okay, from episode 1.
Yeah,
I remember him now.
Yeah, he's in all of the episodes.
Yeah,
in that season
again.
But there's actually a lot going on in Flash. The second episode made me happy. I thought that it actually started to cover some ground. You had a lot of questions come up about Earth 1, Earth 2. Did this person die? Are they on the other side? Is there the
See, I know exactly what you're talking about there.
And plus
he's on the other side.
Waves. Cisco waves.
Cisco's
gaining his ability,
but I don't like. They're
metahumans. Metahumans.
I thought we were talking about networking right there. Cisco waves. I got it. So
there's a lot going on. But okay, you work with another metahuman. You fight metahumans, but you're afraid to tell them that you're a metahuman.
Okay, season 1, episode 1, they kill a metahuman. Season 1, episode 2, they kill a metahuman. Season 1, episode 3, we shouldn't kill metahumans. Let's put them in this never-ending prison where we don't give them food or they have to change clothes. That happens through the rest of the season.
Yeah. Until season
2, episode 1, they kill a metahuman.
Yeah. Season
2, episode 2, they kill a metahuman.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2, Cisco finds out he's a metahuman. He's not going to be targeted, but like,
yeah, but
I can see why he'd want to know what's going on before he starts sharing.
Yeah, but
because Barry did the same thing. He had to figure things out, and before he knew what was up, and he
but it's just going to cause it's going to put a stump in the story for me because there's going to be an entire episode mid-season where they find out, and it's just them bitching about it and being butthurt because how long have you known? Like 4 episodes. That's horrible.
But then again, how did he get the ability?
I know how. When Wells did the little thing in the other verse and the time travel, it's all in that because he had flashbacks to the other verse about
that's
what
where
happened
we're
to
at.
him.
In something that didn't happen has come back from somewhere
that didn't
and
exist.
affected his DNA for someone that didn't exist.
Yeah. Do you agree that's where it came from?
It's a very prominent theory. Do you know how do you think Flash 2 is going to get his power back?
They'll probably dump him in heavy water in an accident, and then there'll be.
I think Barry's going to miss with the lightning bolt and hit him. I think that's what's going to happen.
Oh, that could be it.
I thought it was going to happen.
Because he has the regeneration.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe he'll drown in heavy water because they made that prevalent that he was working with that when he gained it.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah.
So I'm just like, he's going to be doing something with the same thing and like he'll have an accident. I'll be like, really? Twice? This guy is so lucky.
Well, if that's what gave you a metahuman ability one time.
It'll be an accident both times, though.
Do it again. Like
lightning strikes twice?
I saw that video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that video.
So that's been TV for the week.
They proved that as a fraud, by the way.
The video where the guy was walking down the street and hit twice?
Yes.
And then it shows him having an interview saying he was about to rob the couples in the video before?
Yeah. That there was something, like some investigators, like compared the images on the left-hand side or something like that. They're like, nah, this didn't happen.
Well, I bet you that news crew got really, really screwed.
Yeah.
So were you good on S.H.I.E.L.D. or no?
Yeah, I'm up to date.
No, don't.
You need it. You need S.H.I.E.L.D. in your life.
I know, I do.
Because they're about to introduce Sword.
See, the thing is I have a 3-year-old or soon to be 3-year-old, and I have a wife. And if I go, hey, I'm gonna watch this show, they come down and they're like, oh no, I need to watch Umizoomi, and I'm like, you could watch Umizoomi. I'll go upstairs. And then my wife's like, oh, you're going upstairs? I'm coming upstairs. That's my life.
Hey, Ed, you want to come over?
Like,
you can watch anything.
So I'm going
you
upstairs to watch my show. If you come with me, you're watching my show.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Nah.
I can see Ed. He's going to be tired of not being caught up, and he's just going to sit in the bathroom at his house looking at his phone.
Those are things I do.
Oh,
you've seen Garcia's mount.
No, I haven't.
Garcia has a tablet mount 2 feet in front of his toilet in his restroom.
Awesome, Garcia. Congrats. That's a beautiful baby.
I still think that's a horrible, horrible idea.
Why?
Well, I mean, you don't got to touch it if it's in a mount.
Exactly. You just put it on, and then you take care of business.
Yeah. It seems like a pretty safe way to browse your tablet while pooping.
Yeah, I would never get through a full episode. Just saying.
Before your legs fell asleep?
Okay, wow. I wouldn't want to get through a full episode. I'll put it that way.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe he does the poo, and then he jumps in the shower.
Yeah.
And so he can watch it.
See, that's something that I like.
It may swivel, so it's both.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had TVs, like one in the bedroom, one in front of the toilet, one in the shower, like I'd watch an episode before work. Just as I'm walking around, there's a TV everywhere.
You need that stuff your phone has, where like when you're looking at it, it plays, and when you look away, it stops. But all your TVs need to have that. So when you go look at the next TV, it's there.
Yeah.
Samsung, make it happen. I will test it.
Yes, I agree.
That would be really cool for like.
That would be.
I
awesome.
need one in my closet. I need one in my bathroom. I need one by the back door where I smoke.
Yep.
And then of course the living room one, which technically I can just turn around for smoking and see.
Then I need one in the car for when I'm at a red light.
Laundry room.
Well, I'm not in there that much.
Oh, you don't throw your clothes in the dryer, don't wrinkle?
Yeah, but I don't wait. Like I just throw them in there, go do something else.
You could.
There's a TV in there now.
Hey, things take a lot longer. You'll actually fold.
Y'all come over on Thursdays and like, where is he? I'm just standing in the laundry room, just watching TV, and be like, I don't want to look away yet.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's where we are on TV, right?
Yeah.
Since we can't talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I'm actually.
I guess we could. I mean, y'all talked about The Walking Dead.
But you're not interested in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not.
I mean, I'm not interested in Flash or the Arrow, so I don't have a problem with that, you know. So
All that, and we talk in code for things we like.
I know you guys do.
Am I the only one that's seen Supernatural?
Yeah, because I'm on season 9,
You're
season
the only
10.
one, like I said.
But I'm going to be caught up soon because me and Zach are racing. He's on episode 10 of season 3. He just started, so I have to get through one season. But
That's
think about
a race. That's a race.
think about who we're talking about here, though. Like he can go through a season in a day, whereas I can maybe get through an episode.
There's no way he could go through a season in a day. There's what
23 episodes at 48 to 52 minutes each.
Yeah, he could do it.
That would leave him 3 hours to sleep.
That's approximately how much he sleeps.
And that's also with him not pooing, eating.
It depends on if he has
cooking.
tablet set up in the bathroom.
he's got a tablet.
Actually, yeah, and then, you know.
That's why I hate calling them phablets.
What?
The big phone tablets, people call them phablets.
Yeah, this.
It's like, you know,
to the camera.
Phablets? What do you, no.
Phablets? I like it. Okay, so there was something that I wanted to do, which was talk about 5 movies.
Only 5?
Only 5. Your top 5 of geektastic, nerdgasmic movies.
I'm going to need
I'm
a
pretty
significantly
sure-
better definition of this.
No.
Because I didn't agree with the list you sent out as suggestion.
Those were suggestions. I mean,
But
you could,
Equilibrium, how is that on your list? I love the movie and it's amazing.
You
It's
said
the same-
techie.
No, I said nerdtastic and geek.
Nerdgasmic.
Well, see, when we talked, you said
Geektastic
techie.
and
Geektastic.
nerdgasmic.
Nerdgasmic. That's what it was.
Oh.
And how does Equilibrium fit
Then
that
I need
mold?
to
for you?
redo my
Because
list.
it does. It kind of does the whole. It has the Matrix feel, and then we're talking about technology being guarded by the. I can't remember what they're called. The cops, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't have the art, technology, music, stuff like that. So, I mean, it kind of falls into that whole.
So, by that logic, would V for Vendetta fit?
Well, no, I mean, if it's geektastic, nerdtastic, right? Anything
yeah, anything
that has a following, it fits.
pretty much.
So, Donnie Darko fits?
Donnie Darko
Well,
would fit.
like I said, this is canon, though. I mean, these are 5 movies that we expect all nerds to know.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I misunderstood the homework assignment because you told me techie.
All you had to do was actually read the Hangout.
Yeah, it was all there.
It was there.
Yeah.
I even said canon.
I'll use my list, but change a few things
Okay.
because that changes my number 1 easy.
Does it?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really? Okay. So I'll start it off. My number 5 is The Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberland. whatever.
Cumberbatch.
There you go. The Alan Turing war effort.
Yeah, I thought it was an awesome,
Enigma.
like, one of my best movies of last year.
Yeah, for sure. I love that movie. I
thought it was
like-
great.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, I like him as Sherlock, but he was awesome as Turing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. So that's my number 5.
And how do you consider that nerdtastic or gasmic?
This is the first real supercomputer trying to break,
Okay.
What's the name of the movie again?
the Imitation Game.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was mainly they were
That mean-
playing
that
the
means
whole
it
game.
should be on his list because
You know,
everyone should
that's-
have seen it.
That's,
Just saying, you already lost at this game.
no, I'm saying that every nerd should know. Okay?
That's one of those things I'll say a lot of them may
And-
not have seen it
but-
unless they followed him.
But that's the thing. I mean, if you know anything about computers, you know Turing,
Yeah.
or at least you should. Considering Google also for his birthday,
Yeah.
what they did for his birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, he is one of the major contributors to computers right now. So
And I think more people followed and came to that movie because of Sherlock than that.
I mean, more for sure. I mean,
Because honestly, when that aspect of it didn't even ring a bell with me.
okay,
It was really more of like the time period could have been cool. I like him a lot. Like he's a good actor. so I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
And, of course, what he was doing, it didn't really tie into his computing stuff as much.
Well,
it did, but it was more like writing a program.
Right, exactly. And that's what it was. I mean, it was cracking, the Nazis' Enigma system, which was the most sophisticated, coding system of all time until Turing came around and said, you know what?
Yeah, it's easy.
I can do this. It wasn't easy because,
it took him a minute.
Yeah. So, So I just think, I would recommend every nerd, watch this movie.
It was one of my favorites last year. Of course, I keep superhero movies separate than the rest of the movies.
Yes,
just because it's very difficult to compare the epicness of
I would agree
type movies with a normal movie.
Right.
I consider that a normal movie, and it was one of my favorite normal movies last year.
Yeah,
all those were released pre-Emmy or whatever, or Grammy or whatever they get.
Oscar.
And I watched probably 5 movies in a matter of a week that were all...
Oh, yeah. So,
and it was my favorite of that whole Oscar batch that came out.
Sure.
So it's on my top 5. I didn't put them in order yet, but it was on my top 5.
Okay.
So I just wanted to see why you considered it on there.
Oh. Well.
And I was doing more of an association between the fandom that is him.
The Sherlock fandom.
Well, Doctor Who, Sherlock, and Supernatural fandoms all.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I see a lot of his stuff when I'm on my Supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
And I love Sherlock. It was good.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I approve.
All right. Do you want me to just keep going through my 5? Or
I can guarantee you at least 3 of our 5 are the same.
Okay.
I just changed 3 of mine, so.
Okay. So my number 4, Sneakers. With Robert Redford.
Okay.
I think Danny Glover was also on there. Basically, this is also the same aspect of Enigma. It's basically guys who break in and they hack systems, stuff like that.
I haven't seen that movie in over 10 years.
It's been probably 4 or 5 since I've seen it again. So
yeah, it's been about 10. I think we may have watched it at the same time last time.
Yeah. I just think it's one of those movies that, if you think you're a hacker or a coder or you have any special, abilities with a computer, then I think that's one of the movies that you should watch. So that's why it's number 4 for me, and it's above Imitation Game. The only reason that it is above Imitation Game is because kind of like how you were saying, you picked Imitation Game because of the Sherlock following.
Yeah.
I didn't think if you're not a super nerd that you would make that Turing association with Enigma and everything else. So that's why.
All right. What you got for Trey?
Number 3 is, oh wow, I just went blank on my list. It's
got to go to the notes.
I do have to go to the notes. It kind of upsets me.
You send us homework and then you can't even answer your own question.
Number 3 is Real Genius.
Okay.
With Val Kilmer, and also probably one of the most sexiest women that I've ever seen on the screen. Jordan, who's played by Michelle Mayring. I think if you were ever a nerd and you grew up in the 80s, you had a crush on Jordan. That's pretty much the way it goes.
Pretty much.
That and, the whole aspect of talking God and
yeah.
Plus, I mean, we're talking about, Val Kilmer in his prime, basically, and, just super geniuses making a laser.
Yeah.
And just playing with that, and then, the Air Force stealing it, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that would be my number 3.
If it were anyone but Val Kilmer, it would probably be higher on my list.
Really?
I'm not a huge Val Kilmer fan. And actually, I wasn't. I've grown to like him a little more recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, see, I love Val Kilmer. Because Real Genius, right? Tombstone. He is Doc Holliday. I don't care who you...
I'll be your Huckleberry.
And then, what's that one? Heat.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And then
Heat is an amazing movie.
And then I did love him in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So.
It's but he was always the other guy in those movies for me. I was like, oh, they let him come.
That's
he owns the car, right? He's going to drive.
Man, I was like, oh, Val Kilmer, baby. I love Val Kilmer. So,
all right.
Plus, he was in Top Secret, which was an amazing movie.
Was there a short man in that with him?
Top Secret? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there was a midget, and there was a...
Is that Tom Cruise?
Ooh, midgets.
No.
For some reason, I'm picturing Tom Cruise
Is it
flying an
Tom
airplane
Cruise?
for that movie.
I think... Man, I can't remember. It's so long. I just remember Val Kilmer doing the dance, and he's a singer, and he's
I'm
actually
just
a
thinking
spy.
Top Gun.
Right.
And he's a spy. No.
So that was what, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Real Genius was number 3.
I probably need to rewatch that. It's been a while too.
Yeah, that's an awesome movie.
Most of these I saw.
See,
when I
those
was real
usually
young.
came on Saturdays at around 1 when nothing else was on TV, and that's when I watched them.
Yeah.
And I don't do that on Saturdays anymore.
These are movies that I grew up watching, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and then number 2 is the second most recent movie on my list because we're going 2014 with Imitation Games.
Mm-hmm.
We're going 1985 with Real Genius, 1988, 89 for Sneakers. So we're going all the way to 1998, and this is Pirates of Silicon Valley.
Oh wow!
So
Definitely one that people should know, should have seen.
Exactly.
But I didn't think it was really epic.
I loved it. I loved the way that they portrayed Gates, and you know they're trying to make him be like this noble. I'm a computer guy, and then Jobs is this underhanded, sneaky bastard, you know, who's stealing everything, and you know I just really love that dynamic. I thought I read a review of it while I was making this list. And I was kind of taken aback. They said that Anthony Michael Hall, who played Gates, didn't bring any life to it or anything like that. And I thought Anthony Michael Hall was pretty awesome.
I think he did pretty good.
Yeah, I really didn't like Noah Wilder or Riley, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Playing Jobs. I didn't. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I love the guy who played out Wozniak.
Yeah.
I love anything. I mean, anything that you can portray Wozniak in,
Yeah.
I'm down with.
Pretty much.
That's just the way it's going to go because I love Steve Wozniak.
That came
Not
out, you said
Steve
98?
Jobs. 98, 99, yeah.
I think
I'm
that's the
fairly
last time I saw
certain
it.
I read about that because I had a book report due as a junior in high school, which would have been 98,
Yeah.
97, 98. And because of that, there was a couple other books that had come out about him. And it was just, you know, Steve Jobs kind of got thrown out there, you know.
Right.
So I made up a book report, The Inspirational Life of Steve Jobs, by like Steve Burrow or something stupid. And I had to give an oral book report. And my friends that knew that it was made up had come up with lists of questions to ask me about the book.
Nice.
I was one of 2 people in the class to make an A.
That's awesome.
He made a 90. I remember this. He made a 90 because there were 10 points taken off for the book not being present when he did the report. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was a teacher that was very hard to deal with.
Okay.
Especially if you were a Bostic.
So, yeah, I got my A.
Talking about the
Well, I knew
the
so much
Jobs.
about him back then because there was a number of things about Silicon Valley out.
Well,
a bunch of articles.
Also,
and-
97 was when Steve Jobs came back to Apple.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was pretty easy for me because I played on the 2E. I knew the life of Apple, them stealing stuff from IBM. You know, just the whole. So ask me questions. I mean, Trevor was the only one that could really try to stump me.
Nice.
So I that one would probably end up pretty close to my 5.
Okay.
I overlooked that one a little too much.
I actually counted on that
Yeah.
for most people because I mean it is kind of a forgettable movie.
But I guess it's more about the
wasn't-
time that it happened, though, because of him coming back, and there was so much buzz around it. I think.
Well, no, that's the thing. I mean, like it wasn't big budget. You know,
No.
it wasn't a major studio that released it. You know, and it was just one of those movies that kind of like slid under the radar. But also, I mean, for me, like I said, you know, I think I'm one of the biggest nerds I know. So, you know, I'll watch anything. You know,
You're kind of large.
Why would you say that, Kyle? They can't see him.
I know. Man, somebody just called me Slender Man.
Slender Man.
No,
Yeah, do you know about Slender Man?
I know the name.
He's scary. Not really. He comes and gets you. No. That's what Slender Man is all about.
I'm not afraid.
You should be.
Supernatural
All right, so-
calls him Thin Man.
Thin Man. Exactly. Slender Man. Thin Man.
So what's your number?
Number one.
One.
My number one is War Games.
I had a feeling that may have been. And you can't argue with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard for me to watch now, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's so old. Like that's why my list. We talked about it a little bit. I don't really have much of an order, but I can put Imitation Game in the top 5.
Okay.
I'd throw The Net in the top 5.
The Net was actually it's in my top 10. The Net is.
Is it in your top 10?
Yeah, because Sandra Bullock in that movie. I mean, she
what helped
really,
that
really
was the
played-
Pelican
portrayed
Brief coming out around the same time.
that
Because
did.
it really made her like everything I'm doing for this like year and a half period. Because back then movies may last a little longer. There wasn't a blockbuster every other month.
Right.
You had your 4th of July Will Smith. You had your Christmas Home Alone or something else, and then you had a couple spots during the year where these big movies came out.
Yeah, well, most of them were Grisham movies.
Yeah.
So you had whatever that Matthew Project Rainmaker.
Yeah.
The Pelican Brief, and anything else. Basically, anybody who wrote a book that was on the number 1 bestseller.
Yeah, movie.
And
Michael Crichton, that's where he got all Jurassic Parks
all the
and
Jurassic
And then when
Parks,
there wasn't one of
Strange,
those,
everything
all that
when there
stuff.
wasn't one of those, like the Jackal and that kind of stuff over there too.
Okay, so yeah, The Net.
The Net would be in there. The other one we talked about, which I think everyone would agree on, Enemy of the State. Just because I watched it last week.
It's online.
And
In your top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
My top 5 just changed because you changed the rules.
that movie it's packed full of people.
It is.
And it was very well done. And like I mentioned, it's slightly timeless because I watched it in 2015. And yeah, I mean the little game that they pass back behind the seat. That he's got the whatever and
the
like
Game Boy or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a tablet now,
Yeah.
or a thumb drive or something like that. But like other than that, and the age of the cars, you could just change those two things with CGI and re-release that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Hackman's gotten old or Will Smith's gotten old, all those, but still, like,
Well, the only thing I have against that is there's nothing really memorable from it for me.
I
mean, there's Jack Black and Seth Green's interaction, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the movie. I just don't see that as a top 5 choice.
The Will and Gene just bickering back and forth.
Which one?
what was your
when
memorable
they were-
thing from Imitation Game? Because I can say on
for
that,
imitation
yeah.
games? Oh, dude, the breaking down of the machine. When he had to describe what it was doing and why it took as long as it did, and then when they figured out, oh wait, it's not this. It's not because of how long it's taking. It's because he messed up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like with anybody in computers, right? Technology, you're building something, right? Trial and error, right? And they showed that.
Yeah.
It was like it was kind of like it was biopic, right? You know, and so that's my thing.
Because I got the same feeling that you got for Enemy of the State from that. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think his performance was great in it, and that's probably what would stand out to me is just his performance as that character.
That and also his awkwardness. I mean, I can associate.
I watch a lot of Big Bang Theory, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, but I can associate with that. Growing up, right, talking to girls and stuff like that. So and then him coming out being gay.
Yeah.
So I just and also just because of the man who he is and what it's about. That's what
I can see that would be more relatable for you because you have that character you're drawn and tied to.
Yeah.
I just thought just the overall it was. You're asking what was that moment in the movie that was a 10? That interaction or that event that was a 10.
Right.
And I would say there wasn't one time that it was a 10, but it never got lower than a 9. So
I can agree
that
with that.
bar
I can agree
being
with that.
such a just from start to finish on that one is what made it pretty much the same thing.
Don't get me wrong, Enemy of the State is in my top 10.
Oh, yeah.
I just think I think above the top 5.
Well, and that one's on my list as well. And one of the reasons I have is because the reaction that Will Smith has when something happens, techie, and he's just like, "Whoa, you can do that." Like it kind of gives me that realism of like that's kind of what we get when we do simple things like turning
that's
on.
just net neutrality now.
Yeah, I mean, but like he did it so well, and then as the movie progressed, like he was helping and he was doing things. So it's kind of you know that relationship grew with the movie, and without you really noticing, it was just it just was there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I liked about it.
And then I got to go with Ryan Felipe.
Antitrust.
I have to.
Yeah,
and really, it's not him; it's Tim Robbins, because I thought he did such an amazing that movie and Arlington Road for me with him.
Arlington Road, yeah,
like that character he plays in those two. And then that's probably one of the reasons why I like it is because both of those movies were strong movies, very similar. Like, just you're a creep, dude. Like you ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And that is a show with Martin or whoever he was in.
Yeah, actually, he was in that movie. Nothing to lose. Oh God, that's. So
I hate having to explain things to you, Ed. But that one just, and I think Ryan Felipe was in another movie that I liked a lot during that time.
well, I think also wasn't Claire Forlani the chick in that movie for Antitrust?
Yeah, I didn't see her in much else after that. I don't remember her.
Well, she's from Clerks, not Clerks, but Mallrats.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and then she was also. I just went.
What's the name again?
Claire Forlani.
Yes,
Like
she was Alice.
yeah, she was the main girlfriend, right? So,
But I mean, the suspense in that one when they were, in the playroom, trying, just that one was. It made you it was funny because it made you think Steve Jobs was the devil, But that one was a lot of fun, and in the time, and most of your movies were 80s, most of mine were 90s,
right?
My times were more 90s than yours, and that's I think why a lot of them fit in that kind of that time. And then let's see, the other one. I hate to say it's in my top 5. I absolutely hate to say it, but it deserves to be there.
The Matrix.
No.
Hackers.
No.
Okay, which one now? I don't know.
Grandma's Boy.
Okay, hey, no, I love it. I put it on that list because Grandma's Boy is actually number 6 on my list.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
I love Grandma's Boy.
There are parts of that movie that I absolutely, hate.
Really?
Robot voice dude annoys the crap out of me in a couple of spots where I would just unplug
Nick
him.
Swardson?
Yeah.
Dude, he's
There's a couple of
hilarious,
times
man.
where, dude, I would shock the crap out of him.
Dude, I'm like, come on, man. He's like, you can stay the night with me. I got a car bed. I was thinking about putting some rims on it, but my folks got me the radio instead.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Talk to other car beds.
And that one really, it's hard for me to pick a gamer, a game, or those kind of movies for the one on my top 5.
Yeah.
But I've seen that one so many times, and it's so much fun.
I know it is. It's a hilarious movie.
If it gets turned on, it's hard to turn it off.
Yeah, it is. And that's the thing that kind of drew me as being in, and I don't have any problem with it being in the top 5, because there's so much that's memorable about that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. High score? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. Is high score, is that good? Come on. I didn't know they sold clothes in the Matrix.
Yeah,
how do they keep seeing me?
And it really wasn't a whole lot about the game. I mean, they there's more about them interacting at work while this game, but that would round out the 5 for me.
Is that 4 or 5?
Well, Antitrust, Grandma's Boy,
Enemy of the State, Imitation
Game, and The Net.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I guess I have decided on my 5 now.
It looks like it.
Yeah. So, what you got, Kyle?
Our definitions of geeky and nerdy and then techie are all a little different. Because when I think geeky, I still think a little sci-fi, and neither one of y'all put sci-fi in there.
Mm-mm.
So my list is a little weird then. Which I changed it because y'all said that, so I have kind of 2. So I'm changing it again. But
He said 5, not 10.
Yeah, no.
We ain't got time for 10.
I'm only doing 5. I'm rechanging it.
I think we're at an hour and a half already.
Not quite there yet.
Okay.
So my number 5 is Weird Science.
Awesome.
Understood.
Pick. That is an awesome pick. I think
Because I remember growing up, I haven't seen that movie in
Weird Science is actually number 7 on my list.
almost a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie. I watched that movie a
awesome.
lot with Bill and Ted.
Yes. Yeah. It was because it would randomly show up on Comedy Central. I grew up watching that one. So I had to put that back on my list.
No, that's awesome because I think for a lot of people, that kind of goes in the same hands of war games, right? A lot of people would make that argument that it's war games and weird science. That's what makes a geek nowadays, kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Right.
And then 4 is going to be War Games because that was another one. Neil made me watch that one when I was real young because that was one of your favorites back in the day.
Yeah.
So the same there. Then you have 3, Enemy of the State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simply because Actually, no. Sorry, that's not 3. 3 is Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, good pick.
Because
it's actually in my top 15.
Because that is an awesome movie.
Yeah. I made a no Keanu Reeves in my top 10 rule.
Well, see, I have the top 25 rule. I put those in alphabetical order so you guys
wouldn't know your list.
My list, right? But
I noticed how you didn't send me the Excel file, so I would have just figured it out myself.
Yeah. So I have 2 Keanu Reeves movies in my top.
Yeah, 25. I noticed that.
So Johnny Mnemonic and The Matrix. So no, that's an awesome movie. I loved that movie when I first saw it. The chip out of the head thing. Mm-hmm. That I was like,
and upgrading memory and that kind of stuff was.
I was like, wow,
which I always thought was hilarious because he had the hard drive and stuff in his head, and then later in his career he could just upload stuff to his head in the Matrix. I was just like, there's a connection there,
right?
Then you have
that relationship is droid.
Yeah. Then you have number 2, Aim of the State. I already said the reasons why there. Yep. And then 1 for me is Hackers.
Yes.
I knew your number 1 was going to be Hackers.
Yeah, because I've actually seen that this year. Like, that's one that I go and revisit just because that was like the first. That's the movie that got me into where I actually wanted to figure out the 386s that we had laying around the house. Because I remember.
They were actually 286s, Compact Desk Pros. 286.
And, I think there was a small one of those that you messed with, and then when Dad got the huge thing of 386s, that's when I started playing.
Compact Desk Pro 286s.
All right, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of those.
Yeah. So, I remember you had the VHS for it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Nope, it was mine.
And I did watch it.
It was mine.
So that's
I wouldn't let you watch it either because Angelina Jolie's tit.
He used to hand me his Maxim magazines. Like he wasn't that. He was like, "No, you can't watch this because 1, Mom said no, and 2, it's my movie."
Yeah, I didn't want him to watch my Pulp Fiction or my Fifth Element either.
Yeah, I owned my own Fifth Element.
I remember when I had Fifth Element on VHS. I bought Fifth Element and Grosse Pointe Blank together.
Nice,
and I was like, that's.
But that's one of the things that and the reason that that's what my 1 and 2 is. So you have Hackers that I watched it the first time is like, I want to do computers. That's awesome,
right?
And then you start doing it, and you're like, that's nothing.
Right.
Angelina
Jolie is not in the call center.
Yeah. but then you look at him in the state, and you're like, okay, it's kind of like that, I guess. So that's why those are that's like my 2 extremes there.
Right.
And then, of course, the other ones are just the cult classics.
Yeah.
That's the ones that I grew up watching because they were on Comedy Central. So
yeah, Grandma's Boy definitely maintained its spot in the top 5. I would probably have to put it at 4 or 5.
Really?
But
okay.
It's on my 10.
But it's because I always have Pulp Fiction and Fifth Element in my top 10 movies, always, because they were the first VHS that I bought that I considered mine, and the first DVDs I bought that I considered mine, and I haven't bought any Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So odds are, just to be able to say, through 3 mediums, these have been the first 2 movies, and they were on constant repeat in my house. Like, I'd get home, the tape would go in, it would play, and then I'd take it out, and then I'd put the other one in, and I'd press play. Yeah. And that one went in the rewinder. And then when that one ended, I put that tape in, and I pressed play. Yeah. The DVDs were great, because you just put it on repeat, and then it was like, today I'm watching Fifth Element 7 times.
Yeah. And that's happened.
Because you're on the computer, and back then, it took a while to download pictures of her.
Yeah.
I remember your website that you created.
Yeah, I had my Mila Jovovich website. Well, she did a lot of really cool modeling with Luc Besson before they started doing movies together. But yeah, I mean, when you're downloading pictures and creating a website and having to upload and all that from a 56K, probably a 33.6 modem, possibly even a 24.4, there's a lot of downtime. Yeah. And you can only build so many hotels or towers in Sim Tower while you're downloading things and stuff, So, it was very easy to just throw one in. And back then, me and Trevor and a bunch of friends, we went to Planet Hollywood twice a week and bought 10 $5 movies.
Oh yeah, I used to do the PPV for sales things.
That little bit in the front, he'd buy 3, I'd buy 3, someone else would buy 3 or 4, and then
and that's how I watched Tommy Boy for the first time.
So yeah, a lot of similarities. I kind of figured you should put a list together and see how many we chose different between the 3 of us, and see how many that would come out to and how closely they would rank.
Are we talking about all time or
no? Like what we just did.
Okay.
We both had Imitation Game,
right.
So Me and him both had Enemy of the State. Me and him both had something else, I thought.
War Games?
No.
No, you had War Games.
Yeah, I had War
So
Games.
you two had War Games. So, I mean, the fact that we probably had 4 that were like that at least 2 of us chose.
Yeah.
So that would knock the number of total from 15 to 10.
Right.
So we pretty much just rounded out a combined top 10. I'd kind of like to know what that list.
And yeah, no.
Well, and what I want to do is I want to put this on Facebook here the next day or so, and I want to hear what our listeners think about it.
Yeah.
I want to know what their top 10 are.
Their top 5. If we can't ask them to do twice as much work as we did.
Yeah.
Well, no, because then I have a question. Because we're gonna put our top
what
10.
What we should do is if all 7 listeners,
All
you know,
7.
go to the Facebook
top 7.
No, not even the top. Well, unless they all each pick one.
Right, they all pick hackers.
You know, they all pick. No, they all pick a separate movie.
Right.
But we just provide them the list of the movies we chose,
And they rank them?
and they just select the one that they like the most. So they're like, this is my number 1.
You figure all that out.
Yeah.
I don't do the Facebooks that much.
So the
You're
question
going to stop making suggestions now, aren't you?
I don't do the Facebook at all.
you create the list and I'll work with it.
Okay, good.
So the question I have for both of you is, what's Swordfish in your top 10?
No,
No.
Swordfish is not in my top 10.
Okay.
There is one great thing about Swordfish, and they paid $500,000 for them.
I'm gonna have to disagree that it wasn't worth that money. You know,
Well,
with the contracts NBA players are getting
because
today,
once-
it was worth $500,000.
once Monster Ball,
Yeah.
once Monster Ball came out, you wasted $1 million.
So when was the last time you played Civilization?
It's been at least a year.
So even though you knew that gunpowder got rid of the benefits from the Great Wall, you still built the Great Wall, didn't you?
No,
Really?
no, I didn't.
You're weak.
No, no, I didn't. So
The other day, I actually was just clicking, and I built the Great Wall the turn before I learned gunpowder. So it actually gave me no benefit whatsoever, except for my happiness went up because I had another wonder.
One of the 7 wonders. No, I'm actually surprised that nobody put Office Space in their top 5.
Yeah, I don't really.
I put it in there for nerdtasm.
Yeah.
So, because I mean,
But I hate call centers.
If that
and
one,
that's the thing.
if that one's gonna be in there, so does
worked at a
Superman
call
2. All right.
No, that's just bad.
Isn't it the same premises?
No, that was.
Or
that's
which
just-
Superman was it?
No, it was Superman 2 because
Yeah.
you're talking about Office Space and you're like, isn't this the same code thing that they did in Superman 2? Yes,
Yeah,
yes it is.
that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, we all worked in call centers. We all hate call centers.
Yeah.
Even though one of us is making our workplace more of a call center.
How's that going for you?
So
I really like that movie. I like it a lot.
yeah,
It would be in my top 10, but there are actually like 20 that depending on my mood could very easily swap around. Like in S.H.I.E.L.D., that thing that could turn from stone to liquid back to stone. And when that would happen, the materials at the top of the stone may be different.
yeah.
So my top 5 could differ greatly, depending on how recent I had watched one or things like that. Like War Games, I tried watching it earlier this year, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
Really?
But it was like something happened.
That was you know, when I still remember the first time I watched it and I saw Matthew Broderick take the phone,
Yeah.
put it on the receiver base, and
Yeah.
connect it to the internet. I was like,
Yeah.
that is so awesome.
Ooh,
You know?
that was a yawn.
And then the thing is you know, kids nowadays, they have no fucking idea what he's doing there.
No, not at all.
Why? What is that thing he's picking up? For one, they don't know what a home phone is.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it's a
The
rotary.
cell phone has
it's
that
a
little
rotary
weird
at this
cable.
time. Okay, and then he's connecting to a modem. You know,
Physically connecting the
Yeah.
handset to the modem.
There's a little motion thing, and then you hear the.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the signals.
Well, it's funny. It's
Bot modems.
It's
and everything.
audio.
Yeah.
That's how it's being converted, everyone. if you watch War Games and you didn't get that,
We take the analog and we make it the digital.
all that porn you've downloaded was a noise.
So how many of these movies are y'all going to watch now that we had to think about this list and we started remembering?
Actually,
there's way too much TV on for me to go back and watch old movies right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually went through and visited my favorite website and started pulling
Mr.
them
Skin?
down. No, IP torrents. And then I started pulling them down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rewatch a lot.
At least build the library.
Yeah, for sure.
It's understandable.
It'll be on the servers?
I can put it back on because I took down my server because nobody was connecting to me, and I was like, yeah,
I'll connect to you.
I'm sharing this with my friends, and nobody's connecting. So
Yeah, see, I just share. I don't need anything because if I need anything, I just go get it.
yeah, exactly.
It'd be a lot easier if I could just have access to your queue.
But then
That would have to fix
for
my
me
server.
sometimes like I'll peruse everybody's selections and stuff like that, and if I don't want to waste my ratio, because
Then you'll go grab it from someone else.
I'll go grab it for somebody
See,
else.
I've got more than enough bonus points to not worry about my
Whoa,
ratio.
shit, yeah, my bonus points are stupid.
I spent like 60,000 the other day because I was bored.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What did you do it for the gigabytes or?
No, I usually use it to cancel things. I did the math and I found the way to get the most out of it. I forget what it was. They had some sort of like 5X special, and I realized they weren't selling shirts my size. And I was like, I can get 5 times.
Yeah.
So I blew like all but like 15,000 just in case I needed some because that's the way I zap things in case.
Oh yeah, I do the zapping because I do download a lot of old movies.
Yeah. And no one like I downloaded the John Wayne collection, all like 280 gigs of John Wayne.
Yeah.
And I let it run for like 6 months, and like one person had downloaded one movie from it. I was like, man, y'all shouldn't be dissing John Wayne like this.
But the good thing is it's only 50 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom,
done.
Yeah.
So
I never do my my share. You don't do your gigabyte share. You always do the zaps. And, sometimes I get a little stupid. I'm like, I got too many points. I'm going to give myself a title this one.
What's your title right now?
Right now, nothing. Because it's been a while.
You need to go change that title to the Sir.
Yeah. Because I did get an email saying, hey, it's
It hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's worse than like me being like 4 days late on my phone payment. It's like, you haven't paid your phone bill in 4 days. Oh, yeah? And you haven't come and downloaded movies illegally from my website in 4 days.
Yeah.
You didn't send me an email. It's been a long time since I logged in.
Oh, yeah? And it doesn't count the fact that I've already got 287 things like there for you.
I know. It doesn't care. It doesn't care that we're seeding, or anything else. We have to physically log into the website.
Yeah.
That's whatever. But it is good because it reminds me that I do these things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget, and I'm like, oh, I should download something. I haven't downloaded anything in like a month. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we're at a good spot to wrap it up. We've been blabbering for a while.
Yeah, it's been actually been a little bit.
Yeah.
So
good luck uploading this one.
Well, you know where you get us. Facebooks, YouTubes, Libsyn.
Thanks for listening.
Are we on Twitter yet?
Yeah,
we don't use the Twitter. It's really hard to like promote yourself when you hate the social media.
I've been trying to use it more often.
Tumblr?
Yeah.
Tumblr? No Tumblrs?
I'm gonna start the Google Plus and the Instagram, I think.
Oh, you're going to do the Google Plus when it gets canceled by Google?
It's not getting canceled.
It is going to get
It
canceled.
better not.
Dude,
there's no room in the alphabet for plus signs.
there's an article of
Shift, damn it.
of Graveyard, Google's Graveyard.